Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a more personal video, but I think I'll keep it public. If not, I'll just take it down. So I'm going to give you some backstory, because if I keep this public, you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. I wrote a book, I'm going to show you. Lake City Stories from a Country Ass Town, a couple years ago. And it's basically historical fiction. And in the book, one of the characters is Margaret, and it's based on my great-grandmother. And this story I'm going to tell you today is not in the book. It is a story told by my uncle. And just to give you some history of their story, he was born in a military family, and most of his kin were born overseas or, were stationed different places. So at this point in the story, it's the 70s, and he's living with my great-grandmother in this tiny little town, all right? And they're going off to Knoxville. And they're going off to Knoxville to do errands or whatever the story was that day. And my uncle was, pretty cool, and he probably had on jeans and, like a shirt that had like a football team with the number on it. Probably had some dip in his mouth, you know what I'm saying? Unless they were doing something for school, I don't know. But my great-grandmother is very prissy. She was very, wore fitted suits, and she always had her gloves on, and she had her pearls on. If she was going out, she was going to look good. Both my great-grandmother and my grandmother were like that. They would do their hair, they would do their makeup, they look good. They wouldn't go out the house looking a mess. And my great-grandmother was very sweet. Like she always saw the good in people. I mean, she was the sweetest person I ever met, but she didn't curse and she didn't put up with shenanigans. My uncle's driving, all right, this Volkswagen, heading to Knoxville. Or, they're on the highway, so they're going along the highway, right? He's driving, my great-grandmother's in the passenger seat of this little Volkswagen. And my great-grandmother didn't like speeding. I remember when I was in the car, we went to the World's Fair, all right? Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, she was pulling off the road if anyone even got near us. It was like crazy town. So she didn't like speeding. So I'm sure that she was making him let everybody pass, right? So a car goes to pass. And they start, going real slow along the Volkswagen, and the passenger pulls down his pants and moons my uncle and my great-grandmother. All right. So my uncle's flipping out because he's driving along. He doesn't know. She's fully saw it. He doesn't know what she's going to say, and he's stressing. Oh, my God, what's she going to say? What am I going to say to her? She's sitting there not saying anything, And he's sweating it out. So they get to the stoplight, all right? And he's waiting to see what his conservative grandmother, my great-grandmother, is going to say or what she's going to do. And my grandmother turns to him and says, "I feel so sorry for that guy." And you have to understand, he's all bottled up. He goes, "Why? Why?" And she goes, and she swallows real hard as if like she's going to say something really mean. And so she has to try to like tamp it down. She goes, "He was the ugliest human I've ever seen in my life. That face, that head." And my uncle goes, "That was his butt. He mooned us." And he said that she gasped and she put her hand over her heart. She was like, "Oh, bless his heart, bless his heart." That I know it's a stupid little story. It about did her in. It about did her in that somebody mooned them driving down the road, and that she thought that was his head. Like she didn't understand the concept, but Lord have mercy. And those silly little tales are what are in my first book. But I make this video for my relatives to say, if you're feeling down, we can always remember these little stories and laugh at ourselves. And I hope everybody gets to feeling better. And I love you so very much. And have a happy Halloween. Love you. Bye.